Okay, so I just want to address an elephant in the room that I feel like nobody is discussing in the whole Tabitha Brown and Target conversation and like the boycotting. So, Tabitha Brown is a wealthy person. A lot of the brands that they're bringing up that are in Target are not small brands. They may have were small businesses at one point and they made it to Target. Not trying to say that like that's not a good feat or anything like that. I definitely understand the logistics of everything. I totally understand, wanting to keep the spot that you've worked hard for and secure for yourself. But like, let's stop treating this conversation as if these are struggling small businesses. These are people who are bringing in millions of dollars. And I know they don't keep everything that they profit, but they're bringing in a lot of money and they're not struggling. I think it's very irresponsible to ask low and middle class people who will very likely be tangibly affected by a lot of the things that are occurring to spend their money at a place to benefit you and your comfort. Because if we're weighing the greater good of the community, what's more important, to actually make a stand and do something so that things could possibly change for some of our most vulnerable people in our community, or to keep shopping in Target so you don't come off the shelves? Which I don't even like the argument that you should want to be in a place or strive or claw to be in a place that doesn't want you there anyway. Even that whole thing is a fallacy. You're saying that they're going to keep winning if we boycott, but if we keep going there, they're still profiting off of the money that we're spending there. So it's like, okay, they're winning either way. It's basically like we're playing against ourselves with no prize. Even when it comes to the people like discussing like that they would boycott, a lot of people weren't even committing to an indefinite boycott. A lot of people were just committing to boycott for the month of February. So let's keep that in mind too. So it's like, if you're boycotting for the month of February, you're telling me that you and all these other large businesses can't take a pay cut for a month while we try to at least make our voices be heard in some kind of way, which our dollar is the most important way for our voices to be heard. Not only that, but Tabitha Brown provided a course of action for us, but she said nothing that she was willing to do, all that she's just stuck and she can't do anything for a year. She didn't provide any course of action for herself, not even aspirations of a course of action that she would take. She didn't even provide anything now. You have a lot of money. You could donate to local initiatives that help people who will be affected by DEI rollbacks. You could have, came up with a way to support Target workers who are working there now, who can't quit their jobs, who are affected about this stuff. But you're just giving us an action so that you could stay in a place that there's no place for us anyway. The reason you shouldn't even want to be in a place that forces you to have this conversation. So yeah, I feel like, we're going to need Black voices. We're going to need, our own, a lot of things. But I do invite people to consider the things that are not being said when people are speaking to you about some of these issues. There are people within our group who have more privilege than others. We need to weigh the greater good. So at the end of the day, I'm sorry that, some of those brands are going to lose some money. They are available, a lot of them, at other places. Support them at other places, support them directly on their website, but you cannot selectively boycott because you're still putting money into the pockets of Target. And if I'm honest, Tabitha Brown is Tabitha Brown for Target. She's probably the worst brand to support out of all of the brands that are there. It's like, in a situation like this, everybody's going to lose something. Everybody's going to be uncomfortable. But I don't think that is fair that those of us who are going to be steamrolled, us and our neighbors are going to be steamrolled by a lot of stuff. Not saying that the people who make money are not going to be affected too, but you have a buffer. You have ways to create comfort for yourself during this time. A lot of us will not. That was so irresponsible to ask.
So Tabitha Brown posted her official statement regarding the DEI rollbacks over at Target. The video is almost 10 minutes long. I encourage you to watch all of it. Just don't skip through. Watch the entire thing and have a full understanding of her thoughts and feelings with everything as a business owner. A business owner with multiple products in Target. For people telling her to pull her products from Target, it is not that simple. You can't do that overnight. She did say that she has one more year on her contract before she makes a decision. In part of the video, she shares sentiments that many founders who have spoken out thus far have regarding what a full out boycott will do to these brands. A lot of people in the comments are tagging Costco saying, oh, buy her out of her contract, sign her up next. Y'all, it's not that simple. People telling her to go direct, she already explained in there, it is not that simple. It is costly. Now, I'll continue to repeat this. It is important that we hear from the founders and owners of these brands on how they need us right now to support them in the midst of all this going on.
Hey, so I don't think we should be buying anything right now that's not essential at all. Like, I actually think it's time to cut out everything else. Home decor, toys, makeup, an extra step in your skincare routine. If you don't absolutely need it, I wouldn't buy it. I really wouldn't. There's a real possibility that we will have some issues with like food availability in this country, and the price of that. Do not go spending money on other stuff. It's not the time. It's literally not the time to go buy toys, to go buy anything out of the stuff you absolutely need. I would hold until we figure it out. If you're gonna go spend some money on a garden. But everything else, I would chill.
Hello there. Happy Black History Month. Let's talk about it. Right? We in some times, okay? And what God put in my spirit this morning, he was like, Tabby, you gotta really pay attention to what this government is doing. They are trying to erase our history, but they're also trying to divide us, okay, as a people. It is so easy to put us against each other, right? So the whole DEI thing, of course, everybody know I made a video and some people took it, snippets of it, didn't watch the whole thing, whatever, don't matter. But it created division, not just with me, against people all over the country, in the comments, fighting each other, to boycott, to not to boycott. Listen, that's what they want, us to be against each other. Hear me and hear me well. I'm gonna love you if you boycott, and I'm gonna love you if you decide not to. We are together. We can all disagree on something and still stand together and love each other. Do not let this foolish government stuff divide us, okay? Together. We together. Don't let them separate us, divide us, and erase us. It's Black History Month. Honey, happy Black History Month. And we're going to keep on making Black history. I'm Black history and so are you, okay? And they will not erase us. All right? I love you. I love all of you. Even the ones who don't love me. I love you anyway. I love you anyway. I love you anyway. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Okay? Now, with that being said, go on about your business, all right? And have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. Very good. Happy Black History Month. Together, we all are better together.